I'll just grab my gear and carry on. I was just unpacking my gear from a hunt I did a couple of days ago in the bush, fairly thick bush, and I just thought I'd do a quick review on the Veshmeshok and why I use it. I'll apologise to any Russians out there for probably butchering the pronunciation, but that's as it is. Saw this on the internet a couple of years ago, and I've seen it on YouTube quite a bit, people using it. And when I saw one of these, I thought that's exactly what I need. Now, you might think, yeah, he's only had it for a year, how can he speak with authority on the use of it? But I've used it a wee bit, and in the past I used to use a similar system. And in fact, I've got it here. This one hasn't got straps on it at the moment because I've got the straps in my bag there. But how it worked, it had straps, and yeah, it's just the same sort of system here. You can see eyelets there, and you don't close it quite the same way as the Veshmeshok. You just have a lace that you put through the eyelets and round it like that. But why I prefer the Veshmeshok is number one, for the straps that are on the side, where you can put your jacket or whatever you got just down there as well, so it extends the capacity a wee bit. And I prefer the closing system it's got here, just with the little knot thing you do. Now you might think it's more secure to tie it up through the eyelets here, but yeah, it doesn't really work like that. I've already owned about 3 or 4 of these. They usually last for about 10 years. And the previous ones didn't have eyelets to thread the lace through, they just had a lace that you tied around the top. And I've had them full right up so that you've just got enough room and no more to tie around the top, and for some reason they don't come undone. In fact, the more weight you put in, the more secure they become. So yeah, I prefer that closing system like this one here to just having the lace. I'll show you the straps, they're actually inside the pack with another part of the system that I use for hunting. Now the theory behind when you go hunting, the theory is that you go in light, and I probably normally take maybe 3 or 4 kilos when I'm just going for a day hunt, maybe a wee bit more in the winter with a jacket or something. But the theory is you go in light and come out heavy, if you're lucky. And so I've just got a bit of gear here, and I'll just tip it out. I've just got my normal survival gear. Normally what I do is just have the stuff I use during the day, just snacks and a water bottle just in the back here. So during the day's hunt I might not actually even open the pack up. But yeah, I just have a pack of emergency stuff, a filter bottle, spare knife, a butcher's knife, in case I get lucky. Yeah, snack food, emergency food, some dry clothes, and that's pretty much what I take here. Meat sack, another meat bag there. Spare string, silky saw, kitchen sink, all that stuff. Yeah. So how my system works is, in the old days what we used to do, because we were super tough then, is we'd have a pack something like this, go hunting, because it's nice and compact, it sits inside your body, so you're not scraping it on branches all the time. And if you shot something, what you do is you gut the animal, and in the cavity you put your packing or your gear inside the cavity, make a wee pack out of the animal, stick it over your shoulders, and away you go. Problem is, a red stag, I don't know, with the guts out they weigh about between 100 and 120 kilos. And to be honest, I don't think these days I could actually carry something that heavy. Well, I could, but yeah, I'd pay for it afterwards. So now I'm more inclined to maybe hang the animal on a tree, bone it out. And so as part of the system, what I've got is this sack here. It holds about 50 litres of meat. And when you get that much in it, I've carried a pig in it, a whole pig with the head sticking out the top. You might have seen that in one of my other videos. Just a medium-sized pig. And what I was talking about before about the eyelet system not working so well, you can see this one here's got the eyelet system as well, but I've only actually used it for probably 2 or 3 loads of meat, and already the eyelet's pulled out. And what happens is it tends to slip, so you end up with just the lace that you use just caught in there. Yeah, these are the straps that used to double up onto the other pack as well. You just unhook them and hook them on the other pack, and they have a system like that, the lace that you just tie through it like that. But as I say, the way that the Veshmeshok closes is much more, how to say, more endurance to it. It'll last a bit longer. If I was to get one of these made, custom made, I would probably make it with the same closing system as the Veshmeshok, and you'd find it would be a bit more durable. So yeah, we've used this system. I've used the system for years. When I go hunting, you know, like an overnighter, or you're hiking into a hut or something and then going on day hunts, I always put the Veshmeshok in the bottom of my big pack, my frame pack. It just means that you're more inclined to take enough gear with you when you go out. It's sort of a safety survival sort of thing. You know, you probably don't want to take a big pack with you when you're doing some sneaky hunting, because it's all the time scraping against bushes and stuff. So you want something light and small. Now you might be inclined to put stuff in your pockets, but if you've got something just a wee bit larger, you're more inclined to take what you need, I think. So that's how this system works. And if you got too much meat for one of these, you just stick it in the Veshmeshok and just stick it over one shoulder or something. Seems to work quite well. So even if I'm, you know, go out on an extended hunt, I always just fold this up and stick it in the system in the bottom of my pack. Doesn't weigh much, and yeah, it's certainly worthwhile. For the price you pay for one of these, $30 or whatever, it's well worth it. Yeah, I'd have one of these loaded up all times if you're a hunter, so if you get a quick opportunity for a hunt, you can just head out. The concept of the Veshmeshok's been around for years. Now the Russians have had it since before, yeah, I don't know, forever apparently. But the actual concept has been, we've used it in New Zealand for years as well. You know, if you get caught away out the back somewhere, and you might shoot something and you need a meat pack or yeah, whatever. It's quite easy just to make a pack out of something like this. Is a meat sack I've got, another meat sack. It's not quite as big as the other one. It's just made out of cotton. It's a bit bigger than the pillowcase, but yeah. And I thought I'd just do a quick little video showing you how you can make a quick pack. So you need a bit of string. Well, all you really need is a bit of string. And if you want, you can double it up. If you haven't got enough string, you can just use a single piece and just tie a knot. But you can see how much I've got here, doubled over. It's the width of me, my arm span, plus not quite back to my elbow. It's probably slightly too long, so you need at least the width of your arm span doubled over. The technique's quite simple. But what you need is a couple of friends. I've got my 2 friends here, Rock and Hard Place. Yeah. So yeah, the system's quite simple. Just place a rock in the bottom corner of the bag. Do the same sort of setup as the Veshmeshok when you tie it around the top. Just a simple loop like that. Slip it over the rock. Pull it tight. You can use a stick or a wee piece of stick or any sort of towel really. If your sack was thick enough, you probably wouldn't even need anything at all. Just put the rock in the corner there. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit digitally challenged. And you can either use it the same as a Veshmeshok, or you can just put it over one shoulder. Maybe you've got two of these bags and you can put one over either shoulder. Yeah, there's probably a whole variety of stuff you can do with it. You may have your meat pack already full, so you can just put some more meat in this one here and just throw it over one shoulder. Yeah, well, that's some good stuff. Just put a bit of stuff inside it so you can see how it sits. So once you've got your stuff in there like that, and the good thing about using a sack like this, it's infinitely adjustable. You can make whatever size you want, basically. And then you just close it the same as a Veshmeshok. All the swaggers used to use these in New Zealand. You know, the people who used to travel from town to town during the Depression and stuff. You just use a potato sack and a bit of baling twine. Just thought I'd put a bit of weight in the packs just to show you how you might carry them. So you've got the old meat pack on the back, Veshmeshok sitting on the front. You can set your rifle like that if you wanted to, rest your hands on it. And then you have the other meat pack just slung over your shoulder like that. Certainly wouldn't be comfortable, but it'd be more comfortable than yeah, just carrying the animal whole. And it's all reasonably secure. Can't say I've ever had to load it up this much. Sometimes I've just had enough in this pack here just to carry in your hand, so you have your rifle in one hand, pack in the other, meat sack on the back. But yeah, that's the potential for it anyhow if you got lucky. You might want to take out a few bones and stuff as well for soup or something like that. But yeah, anyhow, I thought I'd just give you an idea of how everything sits. Yeah, and you'd certainly have sore shoulders when you get home, but yeah, it's a sort of weight I don't mind carrying.